Hi everybody, welcome back to another Make It Monday video. This is Erin Lincoln and I'm here today to show you how to make double-sided stamped die cuts. It's kind of fun to see what you have in your collection that'll work for this technique. As you can see, there's just one leaf print there and it's stamped on both sides and folded up. Okay, you start off with two types of cardstock, a heavyweight and a lightweight. My heavyweight is Stampers Select white cardstock and my lightweight is some Georgia Pacific I got from Walmart. And there's a reason for this, because if you notice on your plate, on your die cutting machine, it's all scratched up, and since we're using both sides of this die cut, we want that back not to have that scratched surface. And that thicker weight is protecting our lightweight cardstock from that sort of distortion, because we don't want that. Run it through, see what you got. Now sometimes I can get my die cuts out of the dies and I'm searching here for a corner to lift up with my non-existent fingernails. You can tell I'm a crafter. But I can't do it, so we're just going to rattle around and get some Scotch tape, and when all else fails, yank it out of there with some stickies. Okay, there's our leaf prints die cut. We're going to bust out our leaf prints stamp set. We're going for the maple leaf here. Put it on the block. And we're going to use two types of ink to give it more of a dimensional, real-life look. I'm going to start out with Summer Sunrise, new ink pads. I cannot tell you how happy I am to expand my ink colors. And then on the edges, a little bit of Canyon Clay, our latest addition to the Perfect Match line. And I'm just dabbing this kind of on the corners, on the edges, so you have it soft in the middle and stronger out towards the edge. And this is the correct side of the die cut, easy to line up. This is not a symmetrical die cut, so you're going to see how I work around that in just a second. I want the right hand side folded up, so I need a stamp on the left hand side on the opposite side of the die cut. Now it is not symmetrical. It's a little tricky, but I don't have to stamp the entire image. I just have to stamp one edge, the edge that's getting folded up, and I can work around the asymmetricalness by just using part of the image. Just what I have interest in seeing folded up. See, it's strong on that side. Who cares what the other side looks like, because no one's going to see it. Alright, we're going to flip it back around and we're going to do the veins and the stem in dark chocolate. Now this is a brand new ink pad. I have not used it on anything, so I love seeing how this turned out. It was nice and rich and dark. And my sentiment stamp I never used before, so I used a brand new stamp on brand new ink pad, and you'll see there in a second what that looks like. Alright, that's the right side, perfectly aligned. And this is the back side, which is not symmetrical, especially with that stem you can see there. But again, it doesn't matter. We're just concerned with one edge looking correct. Now we're just going to start folding it up and make it look like that leaf is kind of floating and gliding through the air. Sorry, I just tapped my microphone there. Just kind of work it. Get some dimensional adhesive to kind of give a little pop, but keep it more flat against the card instead of sticking straight up that fold. Now there's several dies and stamp sets in the collection that this will work for, and there's plenty that I am not even aware of, so it'll be fun to see what you come up with. We kind of build this library of which stamp sets and dies this technique works with. Alright, we're going to start with the card front. We finished folding up our leaf there. Happy trails. We're getting one of those curly Q trails, and again this leaf looks like it's gliding through the air on my card front, and it's just flipped up. A lot of motion. Now back to stamp sets that work with this. There is 2 stamp sets in the February release that would be perfect, maybe even 3. I've already done it with 1. It's just a really fun technique. So keep your eyes open for February and see what you think will work. Again, dark chocolate ink for the first time. Love it. Background Basics gingham on the bottom. I really like this stamp set because it's easy to line up on the corners and edges of your cards because it's so linear. Lots of spring moss. Now I only want to do this once and I don't want to screw up, so I am putting some ink on that stamp. Just inking it up. Can't have enough. Just keep going. In using large stamps like this, I like to use a mat underneath for a little cushion, just to guarantee I get full ink coverage. Put a little muscle into it. Again, I don't want to screw this up and have to redo it. There we go. Perfect. Okay, refining our celebration stamp set here. I have not inked up this stamp at all. And this is the new ink pad, and check this out. I was happy. Except at the very last minute I realized I had Pop Dot paper on my stamp. So always, always, always really be cognizant. Look around, see if you can avoid a mistake before you make one. Oh my gosh, dark and rich, even coverage. All right, searching for my other little sentiment. I think I said something about congratulations on your day of retirement or something. Something that would be appropriate for a leaf, or masculine or feminine. It can go either way. Lining it up. And with something like background basics gingham, there's a lot of linear lines, and I find it easy to make sure that sentiment is straight by using the lines in the stamps image already on my card. Just a little tip. Alright, I do believe we are done with the stamping. Double-ended banner die and ripe avocado. Martha Stewart ballpoint tip glue pen. Love these, can't get enough. Alright, now we're just going to put our leaf there. The devil is in the details. You got to make sure you get it right. The right jaunty angle of that leaf. And my oh so neat application of glue. Whatever works. There we go, we're done. Beautiful. Alright, there's the final project. You can see how that leaf has a lot of dimension. It's kind of flipping off the page. So I'm looking forward to see what you come up with, what connections you find, and we can build kind of this library of stamps that work with this technique. All right, I'm looking forward to your projects. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.